The financial freedom matrix, where the cash flow quadrant meets the income pyramid. Have you ever woken up in the morning, eyes barely open, already stressed about the mortgage, utility bills, or your kids' school fees? You grind through an 8-hour workday, sometimes pulling overtime, juggling side hustles or freelance gigs, yet by the end of the month, you're still scraping by. Money comes in, but before it even settles in your bank account, it's gone: bills, groceries, emergencies. It's like pouring water into a leaky bucket. Have you ever asked yourself, I'm working as hard as I can, why can't I get ahead? Let me be real with you. You're not alone. Millions of Americans are caught in the same struggle. It's not because they're lazy or incompetent, it's because they're trapped in an invisible cycle. A loop where no matter how much you earn, it's never enough. Where every month feels like a tightrope walk, and the older you get, the more exhausting it becomes. People throw around buzzwords like financial freedom, passive income, or making your money work for you. They sound great, but how many actually show you the roadmap? They tell you to invest, but don't explain how to start when you've only got $300 to your name. They talk about building systems when you don't even know what a system is. And so you're left behind while others quietly climb the financial ladder. Why am I sharing this? Because if you're tired of stressing over money, the problem isn't you, it's the map you're using. You're navigating with a blueprint designed for a lifetime of trading hours for dollars, while the wealthy use a different map, one built on systems and assets that create freedom. Today, I'm going to show you that map, a practical, step-by-step guide called the Financial Freedom Matrix. It combines two powerful frameworks: the cash flow quadrant, which shows you who you are in the money game, and the income pyramid, which reveals where you stand on the path to wealth. Together, they form a financial blueprint that the rich use quietly, while most people have never even heard of it. The question is, are you ready to rethink how you earn money and break free from the financial trap that's been holding you back for years? If so, stick with me. What you're about to hear isn't a dry finance lecture, it's a real-world roadmap with stories of people just like you, paving the way to a new chapter in life. Welcome to Cash Flow Thinking. This video is a special gift for you. I know your time is valuable, so give me a few minutes to walk you through this map. It could bring you closer to financial freedom. One idea at the right time can change your life. Let's dive in. Without a map, you'll stay lost in the money game. Ever met someone earning $4,000 a month who still ends up broke when they lose their job? Or someone making just $1,000 a month who, after 5 years, has savings, investments, and a comfortable life? Why the paradox? Because most people earn money on instinct, not strategy. The Financial Freedom Matrix is that strategy. It blends two classic models: the cash flow quadrant, which divides people into 4 groups based on how they earn, and the income pyramid, which maps income streams from bottom to top. Master these, and you'll know how to go from a paycheck-to-paycheck worker to someone with automated systems generating wealth from nothing to a legacy of assets. But misunderstand them, and you'll work endlessly with nothing to show for it. Thinking you're investing when you're really gambling, or believing you have a system when you're still doing all the work. Don't worry, I'll break it down in plain English, easy to understand, remember, and apply. You'll learn what the cash flow quadrant is, why the world splits into 4 types of earners, which group you're in, and why passive income isn't for beginners. Most importantly, you'll see where you are and where to go next. Ready? Let's decode the most important financial map of your life: the cash flow quadrant and the income pyramid. The cash flow quadrant, your financial compass. The cash flow quadrant, introduced by Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, divides the world into 4 types of earners. Kiyosaki had 2 dads: a poor dad, highly educated but a lifelong employee who believed in getting good grades and a stable job, and a rich dad, less educated but a savvy entrepreneur who taught him the mindset of wealth. From these contrasting perspectives, Kiyosaki mapped how people earn money, creating the quadrant. Why quadrant? It's a compass. Kim means direction in Vietnamese, with 4 zones. T means 4, forming a strategic map, G. The quadrant splits into 2 sides. The left, where people work hard to survive, and the right, where people work smart to thrive. Left side, hard work, limited freedom, employee. The largest group: office workers, teachers, nurses, drivers, baristas. They trade time for a paycheck. Work, get paid. Stop, no money. They value stability, benefits, and a steady salary, but their income is capped by hours worked. Mindset: asterisk, I need a secure job. Risk: layoffs mean starting over. Example, a teacher earning $50,000 a year, but if they take a month off, income stops. Self-employed. Freelancers, small business owners, consultants, or tradespeople like plumbers or personal trainers. They don't work for a boss but aren't truly free. They are the system. If they stop, the money stops. Mindset. I want to work for myself. They're skilled but haven't built systems. Example, a graphic designer charging $100 per project, but no work means no income. Right side. Strategy, freedom. Sing B business owner. Asterisk. People who build systems that run without their constant presence. Think restaurant chains with managers, e-commerce stores with automated processes, or apps with teams. They leverage people, tech, and processes. Mindset. I don't need to be the best, my system does. Example, a coffee shop owner who doesn't brew the coffee but earns from multiple locations. Xing'ai, investor. Asterisk. Those whose money works for them. Real estate, stocks, businesses, digital products. They don't need to work because assets generate income. High risk, high reward, but with strategy, it's the peak of freedom. Mindset. I make money work for me. Example, someone earning dividends from investments or rent from properties. Key question, are you trading time and effort for money, or are you using systems and assets? If stopping work stops your income, you're on the left. To gain freedom, move right. The income pyramid. Where do you stand? While the quadrant shows who you are, the income pyramid shows where you stand in the money game. Picture a four-tier pyramid. Tier E. Manual labor income requires your physical presence. Construction workers, retail clerks, Uber drivers. Work, get paid, stop, no money. Most people are here, working hard but stuck. Example, a cashier earning $15 an hour but a week off means no pay. Tier R. Self-made. You control your time and product. Small shop owners, Etsy sellers, freelancers. You earn more than Tier 1 but still trade time for money. You're skilled but not systematized. Example, a yoga instructor charging $30 class but no classes, no income. Tier 3. Systems. You've built partial automation e-commerce with ads, a business with employees, or a blog with affiliate links. You can step away briefly and money still flows. This is the turning point. Example, a boutique owner with a manager running the store while they're on vacation. Tier 4. Passive income, true freedom. Rental properties, YouTube channels, online courses, or investments. Money flows without your daily effort. Few reach this because they stop at lower tiers, thinking it's their destiny. Example, earning $2,000 a month from a rental property or digital product. The financial freedom matrix. The matrix combines these models. Ask. Asterisk, where are you in the quadrant ESBI? What tier are you on in the pyramid, 1 to 4? Asterisk. Pinpointing your position lets you chart a path upward, step by step. For many, this is the first time hearing these concepts, but understanding them shifts you from earning by instinct to earning by strategy. You'll know your next move and stop chasing vague dreams of passive income. Financial freedom is a journey, not a miracle. Let's make this real with stories of Americans who climbed the matrix. Starting with someone who almost became a millionaire but fell back to square one because he stood in the wrong spot. Story 1. Jake, the coder who thought he was free. Jake, a 35-year-old software engineer from Seattle, represents the trap of mistaking high income for freedom. After 5 years at a tech firm earning $120,000 annually, he quit to launch a startup building apps for small businesses. Early struggles gave way to success. His company hit $30,000 monthly revenue, with 6 employees and an office in downtown Seattle. Friends called him a tech entrepreneur. Jake spoke at local meetups about passive income and financial freedom, even starting a YouTube channel on owning your financial future. Then disaster struck. Jake developed chronic back pain, and doctors ordered 3 months of rest. No meetings, no coding, no new projects. Within 6 weeks, his company unraveled. Key employees quit, clients canceled, cash flow dried up. Jake sold his car, liquidated contracts, and closed the office to cover debts. 3 months later, he was back working as a coder for another startup. What went wrong? In the quadrant, Jake thought he was a B, business owner, but he was really an S, self-employed. A skilled coder tied to his work. Without him, the business collapsed. In the pyramid, he assumed he was at tier 3 or 4 because of high earnings, but he was stuck at tier 2. His presence was the business. When he stopped, so did the money. Lesson: high income isn't freedom. Being a boss isn't a system. Temporary success isn't sustainable wealth. Story 2. Sarah, the factory worker's quiet climb. Sarah, a 33-year-old factory worker from Ohio, started at the bottom but climbed the matrix through small, deliberate steps. For 13 years, she worked at a distribution center, earning $15, $18 an hour. Her husband stayed home with their kids, so her income supported the family. She never complained, hoping to save a little each month for emergencies. One day, lifting a heavy box, Sarah strained her back and needed 2 weeks off. By day 10, she couldn't cover rent or groceries, borrowing $200 from a friend for diapers. "I worked every day for years," she told me, "but 10 days off broke me." What is the point? Phase E, Tier E, Employee Quadrant. E, Employee, 100% reliant on her job. Pyramid. Tier 1, Manual Labor. No income without work. Phase R, A, Side Hustle. Sarah didn't sulk. One evening, her husband made homemade lemonade for the family, and Sarah joked, "This is so good, we should sell it." They started small. 10 bottles a night, sold via a local Facebook group for factory workers. Sarah's husband delivered on his bike. Week 1, they made $15 profit. By month 2, $100 a month. It wasn't much, but it was a new income stream. Quadrant. E plus S. Still an employee, but dabbling in self-employment. Pyramid. Tier 2, creating a product, less dependent on one source. Phase C. Systemizing. After 6 months, demand doubled, but Sarah was exhausted, delivering after shifts. She hired a neighbor's team to deliver for $5 an hour and created a Google form for pre-orders with Venmo payments up front. She bundled 5 bottles with a free reusable straw, streamlining orders. Sarah stopped delivering, but sales grew. Quadrant. S to B, building a small system with help. Pyramid. Tier 3, income without constant presence. Phase C. Digital assets. A year in, Sarah realized she could share her process. She wrote a guide on starting a lemonade side hustle, recipes, sourcing, marketing tips, and turned it into a $9.99 ebook with a 10-minute video on logistics. Sold via Etsy, it earned $200, $300 a month without extra work. Quadrant. B to I, investing in digital assets. Pyramid. Tier 4, passive income from knowledge. Lesson. You don't need to quit your job for freedom. Start with one extra income stream, no matter how small. Story 3. Emily, the food truck owner who freed her hands. Emily, a 41-year-old food truck owner in Austin, Texas, spent 10 years selling gourmet sandwiches. Her truck was a local hit: fresh bread, homemade sauces, crisp pickles. She worked 4 a.m. to noon daily, prepping, cooking, and serving. "I haven't taken a day off in a decade," she said. "If I do, customers go elsewhere." Once, sick with the flu, she still worked, shivering through sales. Phase E, Tier R, self-employed quadrant. Running everything herself. Pyramid. Tier 2, controlled her product but relied on her labor. Phase demising. A sprained ankle forced Emily to rest for 3 days and her regulars vanished. Scared, she trained her cousin to help, documenting recipes, prep steps, and customer service tips in a notebook. They split shifts as Emily 5 days, her cousin 2. After a month, customers adjusted. Emily took a week off to visit family and sales held steady. Quadrant. S to B, building a mini system. Pyramid. Tier 3, income without full-time presence. Phase C, digital assets. A viral Instagram post about her truck got 1,000 shares and comments asking, "Do you teach this?" Emily filmed videos of her process, sourcing, cooking, customer service, and created a $29 digital course. Start your food truck. With a 40-page PDF and templates, she sold 300 copies in 3 months via social media. Quadrant. B to I, investing in digital products. Pyramid. Tier 4, passive income from packaged expertise. Lesson. Mastery isn't enough. Share and systemize your skills. Freedom comes from not doing everything yourself. Story 4. Mike, the coffee shop chain owner trapped by success. Mike, a 38-year-old from Chicago, built a chain of 8 coffee shops by 2020 with $1.5 million in monthly revenue and 30 employees. Outsiders saw success, but Mike was chained approving orders, checking quality, filling in for absent staff. "I have a system," he said, "but it doesn't run without me." Phase E, Tier C, business owner quadrant. B had staff and brand but was hands-on. Pyramid. Tier 3, systemized but dependent on him. Phase R, COVID collapse. The 2020 pandemic shuttered his shops. Revenue vanished, but rent and payroll didn't. Mike lost $2 million and closed 3 locations. I thought I had a business, he said. It was a house of cards. Phase set. Rebuilding smarter. Mike paused for 6 months, studying franchising and automation. He started a YouTube channel, The Sober Barista, sharing raw lessons on hiring, processes, and mistakes. His authentic content built a small but loyal following. He created a $99 digital toolkit for new cafe owners, checklists, training guides, inventory tools, selling 200 copies. Quadrant. B2A, investing in knowledge. Pyramid. Tier 4, passive income from digital assets. Lesson. A brand doesn't equal freedom. True systems run without you. Story 5. Alex, the investor who burned $70,000. Alex, a 40-year-old engineer from Denver, saved $70,000 over 10 years. Lured by promises of quick returns, he dove into crypto, stocks, and real estate flips. Some days, his portfolio jumped $2,000. Others, it tanked $5,000. In 11 months, his savings vanished. I thought I was investing, he said. I was gambling. Phase E, Tier E, failed investor quadrant. I investor but reckless. Pyramid. Tier 1, no income, no capital left. Phase R, rebuilding. Alex studied personal finance, risk management, and value investing. He started a blog, Invest Without Burning, sharing his mistakes. His YouTube videos, raw and honest, grew from 17 to 8,000 views. Small donations and sponsorships trickled in. Quadrant. I, investing in knowledge. Pyramid, Tier 2, active income from content. Phase 7, passive assets. Alex compiled his lessons into a $49 course, Sane Investing for Beginners, teaching capital preservation and risk assessment. It sold 317 copies in 2 months, earning steady income. Quadrant. I, investing in scalable assets. Pyramid. Tier 4, passive income from courses. Lesson. Investing without a map is gambling. Build knowledge first. Your turn. 5 steps to apply the matrix E. Pinpoint your position. Ask. How do you earn? Employee, self-employed, business owner, investor? If you stop for a week, does income stop? No extra streams? You're at Tier 1 or 2. Systems or assets. Tier 3 or 4. 2. 星. Climb gradually. 星星. Don't chase passive income from scratch. Start small. A side hustle, a process to delegate, a digital product. Employees, try freelancing. Self-employed, train someone. Owners, automate. Investors, study first. Sa. Core principles. No freedom if income stops when you do. No system if you're the system. No investment without understanding. Freedom starts with how you use time and money, not how much you have. Start small. Got a skill. Offer a service. An experience? Write an ebook. A craft? Sell online. A process? Teach it. Use what you have to build systems. 5. Act. Don't just learn. Knowledge isn't freedom, action is. Sarah, Emily, Mike, and Alex weren't smarter than you. They acted, persistently and strategically. Final. You've seen 5 journeys through the financial freedom matrix. Sarah, the worker who built from her kitchen. Emily, the vendor who freed her hands. Mike, the owner who learned systems trump hustle. Alex, the investor who rose from ashes. They're not superheroes, they just knew their place on the map and moved up. Where are you? Are you ready to climb? The map is in front of you. Act or stay stuck. It's your call. Stop earning by instinct. Live by the matrix. Thank you for watching. If this sparked even a small shift, I'm honored. Save this video, share it, and subscribe to Cashflow Thinking for more. One idea can change your life. See you next time.